Namaste and welcome to your practice, yogi. This is a beautifully chilled and crafted practice of yin poses and breath work that will help just release a lot of the tension in your hips and in your chest. And it's a great practice to do either after a long day of work, especially if you've been sitting most of your day. It's also a great practice to do if your hips are feeling super tight and you need to create some space. Okay. In terms of what you need for your practice, your mat, and you'll need 2 blocks for your practice. If you don't have 2 blocks, you can also use rolled up towels, and you can also use a stack of books as well for as a mimic to one set of blocks, and then you would use like some cushions or rolled up towels or blankets as the other block. Okay. Once you have what you need for your practice, I'll meet you here. We're going to start on our back. We'll need the 1 block. Now, if you're working with towels or blankets, you want to be able to fold or roll them up so that they can mimic about 3 to 4 inches worth of height. Okay. So we'll start by coming down onto the back and take your prop and place it underneath onto your sacrum. So right at the base of your tailbone, that hard little triangular bone. Now, if you're feeling super tight in your hips and your low back, keep your knees bent and just go wide with your feet so your low back has some space. And then place your arms somewhere where it's going to be super comfortable to relax. So it could be down by your side, maybe in a goal pose position, or maybe even above your head. For me today, I'm taking them down just a little bit further away from my hips. And I'm going to start to lengthen my legs long, but feel free to keep your knees bent. Take a couple of moments just to really settle in here. Draw your chin towards your chest. Close your eyes. Start to take some long and slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. As much as you can, try to just let yourself sink heavy here. There is no need to hold your physical body up. Know that you are completely and divinely supported here, not only in this pose, but in this practice. Start to really tune into the sensation of your breath, the sound of your breath, the movement of your breath in and out of your body. Any time that your mind begins to wander away from the breath, just gently let the thought go. Come back to just watching the breath again. Travel in and out of your body. We'll take 5 more slow, deep breaths. Feel as though your breath is entering and exiting your body just like a wave in the ocean. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose, fill all the way up. And then with an open mouth, exhale and empty out completely, all that breath. And now begin to bend your knees. Now for our next pose, you can choose to remain on the block. You can also take that away and come flat onto the back. And we'll come into half stick pose. Keeping that left leg bent, let's draw the right knee in towards the chest. You're going to interlace either onto the hamstring or maybe onto the top of the shin. Just somewhere where you can hold and it feels relaxed and your shoulders and head are still grounded on your mat. Now option 1, if you're still on the block, you can choose to keep the left knee bent. Option 2 is you can extend that left leg long. Just sort of let the foot completely relax. Now at any time, if the block just becomes a little too intense for you, feel free to remove it and simply do this pose on the back. Start to wave the breath in, especially down the right side of your body. As you settle in a little deeper into the shape, begin to settle in to a slightly longer breath. Really soaking up that breath in, and then really soaking up that breath out. Knowing that your breath is really the ultimate prop here in your practice. Take 2 more deep breaths. Gently walk the left foot back onto the mat if it's not already there. Right foot comes down and we'll switch sides. So again, you have that option if the block now is just a little too much for you. You can remove that, come onto the back and take the half stick pose that way. And as you draw your left knee in towards your left side body, maybe you extend the right leg long if that feels okay on your lower back. Let your shoulders and the back of your head melt down into the earth. Soften the hinge of your jaw, the space between your brow. Consciously feel that wave of breath in the belly. As you continue being mindful of the breath, you'll begin to notice that nothing else matters. There's no other thoughts to attend to. You'll realize there's nowhere else that you want to be. Take a deep breath in, once again, through the nose. And as you exhale, just slowly start to release both feet back onto the mat. If the block is still there, just lift your hips up, slide the block out, lower down onto your back. Pause here for a moment. Hands on your body. Watch your breath. Feel how the blood and the energy start to recirculate throughout your body. Gently gather the knees up and towards the chest. Find a gentle little rock from side to side. And eventually just rolling over onto one side and start to make your way up. And we'll take a couple of moments in a tadpole position, also known as a widening child's pose. So you want to come to the center of your mat in a table position. Let your toes, big toes, come to touch. Open your knees. And if you like, this is where the two blocks could come handy, or if you're working with pillows or books, you could use this one, if you're using books, as sort of like a resting point with maybe a towel over top of it. That second block could come between your knees if needed. Of course, this entire pose can be done without any props if your body feels open enough. Once you start to come forward and down, you start to melt your chest and belly down between your thighs. Your forehead either rests onto a support or the floor. And you start to take some nice, long, slow breaths again. Eyes closed. Shoulders soft. Breathe into the back of your body and feel all that space being created. On your next breath in, just slowly with eyes still closed, begin to lift back up into a table position. And take a moment here for your body to release. Maybe you need to extend the legs out to release the knees. Cat and cow might feel good in your body. You might just want to sit back on your heels and reflect for a moment, choosing what resonates with you. And then coming to a comfortable seated position, ideally sitting up on the edge of a block if you can, or stacked towels or pillows, just somewhere where you're going to be able to sit up nice and straight with your hands relaxed. Okay, so we're going to finish this class with some breath work, just really nice calming breath work to help relax your mind, also to invoke a more parasympathetic state so that you can sleep a little bit better as well. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, and place your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your belly. Let your shoulders melt down away from the ears, close your eyes. And without actually trying to change your breath in this moment, I invite you just to simply observe it. And spend a couple of moments just observing the natural flow of our breath. The power in your breath is in the knowing of it, the feeling of it, the sensing of it. So as you rest your hands onto your body, you start to already pick up the sensation of breath right underneath the palms of your hands. You begin to tap into where the breath flows and how it flows. And now as we continue to be mindful of this breath, we'll keep the hands on the body. We're going to start to inhale for a count of 4. We're going to hold the breath in for a count of 3. And we're going to exhale the breath for a count of 6. Now, if you are pregnant, you'll simply continue breathing in and then breathing out. So there's no hold at all. If you find the 4 to 3 to 6 ratio is simply too much for you, bring it down to a ratio that does feel comfortable and that doesn't feel like you're forcing or trying to manipulate or push it. Okay, so let's just take a natural breath in and breath out. And then we'll begin. You're going to inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place your hands onto your lap. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do 2 more rounds. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just let the breath flow here naturally at its own pace for you. Pardon me. And just notice how you feel as you breathe. Notice the calmness, the tranquility, the stillness. Notice the ease. And now maybe keeping the eyes closed, just slowly starting to make your way down onto your back, coming into Shavasana. Now, of course, you can support this shape if you like. You want to slide your blocks underneath your knees, or even just keep your knees bent. You can choose to take your arms just a few inches away from the body, palms face up. Slide your shoulders away from your ears and your shoulder blades towards the edges of your mat. Chin towards the chest, eyes are closed. So let your body soak up here. Enjoy the peace and the tranquility of this shape. There is nothing that you need to do here. Let yourself be. Please feel free to take as much time here in Shavasana as you need. Before you complete your practice, take a moment to honor the blessing of being able to practice today, to do something for your body and your mind and your breath. That is so much more powerful than just the stretch. May you sleep well and have a great rest of your week. I'll see you on the mat again soon. Namaste.